April 10th, 2023, week in review. First, I'll start off with thanks to all of those who pointed out that the flag that was behind me was backwards. I apologize for that. When I moved into this office, it was hanging and I never noticed that it was backwards. And I guess, to be honest with you, for a flag hanging down like that, I didn't even know which way was the right way, so I wouldn't have known that it was backwards, and I never looked into it. I know from our uniforms which way the flag's supposed to point. The stars are in the front, so it always looks like the flag's blowing to the rear, and I was always very critical of if I ever saw that anyone had that wrong, but did not know that about the flag from the hanging position, and so I removed it so we don't have to see that again. But thank you again for those who pointed that out. Dive into a couple comments. Hayden Goodall. Dave, will there be a hero workout for Mike Day for us to be able to remember his heroism? So here's the deal there, and hero workouts in general. Hero workouts, we give those to people who were CrossFitters and a family member or someone who served with them requests the hero WOD. So in this case, nobody, as far as I know at this point, has requested a hero WOD for Mike Day, and I don't even know if he was a CrossFitter. I didn't know him, so I know very little about his past other than what I just saw happened and the stories that went along with that. So the reason we don't do hero WODs for people who were not CrossFitters is because the requests we get for hero WODs are we get a lot of requests, and a lot of them are for people who aren't even CrossFitters or were CrossFitters. For example, there's been requests for a Pat Tillman hero WOD, and so we've said no to all of those. There was requests for MLK. There was requests for you name it, whoever a figure was who was either in combat or not even in combat. We've had a request for a hero WOD. If we were to make workouts for some of these people who were not CrossFitters, it'd be very disingenuous of us. So our stance of you have to be a CrossFitter, and then the family and essentially the unit has to support the idea, it's put us in a very good position and good standing where we can feel comfortable with those who we do make hero WODs for, and for those who we say no to hero WODs. That being said, that's CrossFit HQ, call it the mothership. Amongst the community, there's been affiliates and community members who don't have to abide by, call it our standards, and have made hero WODs for people who aren't CrossFitters, or call it not even hero WODs, tribute WODs for people in the community that they felt that they wanted to make one for. So we have no control over that, obviously, but I'm telling you the perspective and the standards that we, HQ, CrossFit, use to make a hero WOD. And that was actually something that we put in place a long time ago. Greg put it in place, and we've followed it pretty much. Greg and Lauren, we followed it pretty much this entire time. And again, I think it really keeps us in a good position with again, saying yes and saying no. Related to the Mike Day thing, seeing a lot of this Goggins and Crenshaw stuff going on, which I haven't been paying close attention, but I've been getting updates or things popping up in my feed, and this whole culture of idolizing special operators is like to an entirely different degree right now because of these special operators are guys with this history who kind of go out and talk about what they did. I guess you could say even when I came in, like Dick Marcinko and the books he wrote were very influential for me to take this path. But the degree, and so there were a few people who kind of were known and motivating for people to, or motivation for people to enlist or join the military. But nowadays, especially with the social media and with how it's going, this idolization of special operators is like, where maybe in the 90s and 2000s it was down here, like now it's way up here. And like that there's all these guys who tell all these stories. It's a lot. And I have a lot of feelings on it, but I'm not gonna dive into that here, other than it's pretty crazy how how large that scene is at this point. Michael, so that was a question from Hayden Goodall. Michael C. Just completed my level 2 here in San Diego. Great course. Level 2 is a great course. Highly recommend it for anyone who's involved in training, especially obviously training CrossFit. The level 1 is a great starting point, but then at the level 2, they take everything further and actually have you teach, where at the level 1, you're being taught and you're in a group where the instructor's giving you feedback and teaching you how to move. At the level 2, they're actually expecting you to teach and give feedback and giving you feedback on how you teach and how you work with your groups. Michael C. also asked how my relationship is with Boz. My relationship with Boz is great. We go way back. Technically, he was kind of like one of the first staff members once Nicole and I were running it formally that we brought on, and she kind of said, hey, there's this blue-haired kid out of San Francisco who trains with Kelly. He's super talented. We should bring him on the team. And so I say kind of because there were already other people around teaching, but he was like one of, when we were formalizing it and putting everything in place, someone we recruited and brought onto the team, and pretty much been working with us since, and very closely. He also demonstrating the clean and jerk during the 2008 final, demoed it for me, and on a thruster with the bar, he hit his tooth and chipped his tooth at the 2008 games, demonstrating the standard for the clean and jerk. While I was talking it, he was demoing, and he chipped his tooth. Funny fact. Last week we had some meetings in Santa Cruz. Did a couple workouts at CrossFit Up and CrossFit Santa Cruz. The CrossFit Up workout was, we did some pull-ups first, and then had this box jump and kettlebell snatch workout. That was fun. The pull-ups, they had you do 4 sets of smooth chest to bar pull-ups. I actually asked what smooth was, and then what a smooth set was, and then we did a set of max set chest to bar pull-ups. I beat both Don and Austin on my set of max chest to bar pull-ups, but I don't think Austin really gave it all he had. He did 20 and Don did 20, so I did 23. I was really happy about that. And then the next day we worked out at CrossFit Santa Cruz, did a row GHD workout. Hollis, who's been around for a very long time, he had a really cool med ball warm-up that had a lot of rotation and throwing the ball in it. That was fun. And then we did this row GHD workout, and really enjoyed that. Also last week we did a one-day, so we have this one-day course going on at the Army that I've talked about a lot. We've conducted over 30 of them in Fort Stewart, and we basically every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday for the rest of this year, for 50 soldiers at each course, we are training 3rd Infantry Division and other soldiers, anyone who can make it pretty much from that area, in this one-day intro to CrossFit or CrossFit Fundamental course. We're actually forward-facing for the public, calling it CrossFit Fundamentals. Off of our learnings from there and seeing how well it was received and how powerful it is in this one-day format, we're going to test running it for the public, and we're going to post some for the Dallas and the Philadelphia area very shortly, and they'll be in I think May is when they're gonna actually happen as our first ones for the public. It's only $350, so it's a lower price point to try to get everybody to get engaged. If you want to learn more about CrossFit, if you're already CrossFitting at an affiliate and kind of want a little taste of the methodology from the mothership, call it, and also if you're wondering kind of like what happens at a level 1. It's not a level 1, it's very different, but it's a nice intro. Anyway, we did our first one last week for Rogue. That's really the first time we've run that course outside of the Army. So flew a few trainers out to Columbus, Ohio, and conducted it for Bill and Katie's team, for a number of their team, and feedback was great. They loved it. Bill and Katie were very happy with it. We were happy with it. So that was kind of like, we've done a bunch for the Army, did one for some civilians, and now we'll have a rollout for more people again in May if you're interested in signing up. And it should be a really good good opportunity for us to collect a lot of feedback from the community on what they think about the one-day fundamentals course. This weekend I had a 22 competition here at the ranch. I host 22 matches, and some really good shooters were here, and I was able to squeak out the victory, or take the victory, and I'm really happy with that. It's always controversial, I think, when the host of a match wins his match. That being said, these guys have beat me a lot here at my own location, and the stages that I create for the match, I don't shoot them or rehearse them ahead of time. I have shot the targets. I mean, it's my home range, so these are the targets I practice on. But the stages I have not shot, and so I was really happy to take the victory with this weekend's match. And finally, there's some CAP news that we were supposed to announce today. They kind of announced, or they did announce to a small group of affiliates this weekend at an affiliate summit in the Northeast. But the full rollout will be later this week, so I'm not going to announce it. But cool news with CAP, CrossFit affiliate programming, and where we're going with that later this week. All right, that's it. Thanks a lot.